It's midnight, 3 hours deep into an ADHD doom scroll session, avoiding the one thing I actually need to do. Every signs you have ADHD video is incredibly relatable, but there's no information on what's causing the symptoms or what to do about them. Eventually, I realized it doesn't matter if you label your focus issues as ADHD or not. The root cause is executive dysfunction. So here are 8 ADHD executive functioning skills nobody told you about, and a custom AI prompt for each one to get you on a path to improvement. By the way, I didn't just make these up. These are carefully adapted from official ADHD skills categories and screenings used by licensed psychologists today. Number 1, task initiation. Most people think ADHD is a focus issue when it's actually a focus management issue. Getting focused is not a motivation problem, it's a neurological problem with the brain's reward system and lower baseline dopamine levels. Without urgency, novelty, or genuine interest, the brain can't see the incentive to start a task. On top of that, the more you shame yourself for not starting, the more dopamine you need to overcome the extra negative emotions. So, some ADHD-specific advice. Just do it is meaningless for ADHD brains. The issue isn't effort. Instead, reduce friction and stack dopamine hits to make starting a no-brainer. You can also use this AI prompt. Break the task into the smallest possible first step, under 2 minutes, 0 decisions required. Give me that step, then one immediately after it. Both steps should be so specific I can start without thinking. If you want all 8 AI prompts in one handy sheet, take the 2-minute quiz in the description below and I'll send them to you along with your results. Along with number 6 in this list, Dr. K from Healthy Gamer GG says time blindness is
the thing that causes the most damage to my patients' lives that they are unaware of as a problem with ADHD.
You might think you're always late because you were lazy or didn't try hard enough to be on time, when it's actually a neurological gap in how time is felt. 10 minutes can feel the same as 2 hours. A deadline 2 weeks away then becomes meaningless. The point is, you cannot possibly manage time if you aren't even aware of it. So some ADHD-specific advice: more planners, calendar apps, and reminders alone aren't going to cut it. Find ways to make time visible or tangible and train your time perception. An AI prompt for this one: build a backward timeline for a task due by the deadline. I can work X hours a day on this. Add a 30% time buffer to every step. Format as specific time blocks and not a step list. The result should be a complete day-by-day schedule I can follow without further planning. Which leads me to number 3, planning and prioritization. Overwhelm doesn't come from laziness. It comes from an overloaded brain unable to sort by importance. When everything feels equally urgent, it's easy to become paralyzed by the endless list of options. Your brain has low working memory, so you do the easiest task first, but only because it's the only task you can actually hold the full picture in your head, not because you should be doing it next. ADHD advice: you already know what to do. You don't always need a 3-month plan. Identify the most important one thing to do next. Forget about everything else. And from AI, here's everything on my plate, list everything. My main goal this week is X, I have Y hours today. Rank these by which 1 to 3 tasks to move me closest to that goal. List what to skip entirely today, start with what I should do first. The next one, if you've made it this far, congrats, is sustained attention. Even if you've managed to start a task or this video, the next step of executive functioning is to continue. You realize you're going to have to sit still for hours to get it done. You get bored. However, you know the same brain that can't focus on a work email for 5 minutes can focus on a fun hobby for 6 hours. The brain is interest-driven. Until you get the natural dopamine hit from making incremental progress on a goal, continuing to focus will feel like a chore. Some ADHD-specific advice: tap into challenges, bite-sized rewards, and accountability partners to sustain momentum. Make everything more fun. A tip from AI: reframe the task as a specific challenge with a clear win condition that makes it feel like a game. Give me one concrete question or angle to focus on for the next 25 minutes. The output should feel like a mission briefing, not a to-do item. Number 5, self-motivation and consistency. Almost every ADHD brain I talk to has a consistency problem. You get really excited about something for a week, but after the shiny object syndrome wears off, you're left with a graveyard of unfinished projects. For a dopamine-driven brain, interest, urgency, challenge, and novelty lead the way. As a result, showing up week after week to do necessary but boring work is genuinely harder for an ADHD brain. Some ADHD-specific advice: telling yourself you just need to be more disciplined isn't going to work. You need a system to bridge momentum between pockets of motivation. With some help from AI, I care about project or goal, but I keep losing momentum after the initial excitement fades. I can realistically spend X hours a week on it, even on low motivation weeks. Give me 1, a minimum weekly action under 30 minutes that keeps progress moving without requiring peak energy. energy, and 2, one structural change that makes it harder to skip. Number 6, emotional regulation. Along with time blindness, this is one of the most underestimated aspects of ADHD. Research shows ADHD brains tend to have an overactive amygdala, the brain structure primarily responsible for emotion regulation. Frustration hits harder. Criticism lands deeper. This makes it harder to complete tasks and significantly impacts relationships when it comes to facing rejection or failure. So some ADHD advice: you may be avoiding tasks or hard conversations because it's an emotional problem, not a logical one. Identify the negative emotions behind the anxiety and take a few breaths before trying to brute force it. An AI prompt for this one: reframe why I'm avoiding task or conversation. My best guess at the emotion behind it is something like dread, shame, or fear of criticism. Give me 1, a one-sentence reframe that reduces the emotional charge, and 2, one action under 5 minutes that feels emotionally safe enough to start. Number 7, task switching and hyperfocus. Every time you switch tasks, your brain needs to actively let go of the last thing, reorient yourself onto the next thing, and reset your entire mental state. On the flip side, you might experience hyperfocus. When you're that locked in, your output can skyrocket. But you can also lose track of everything else: time, hunger, important messages, and also that meeting that you were supposed to be in. ADHD tip for this one: train your ability not just to start tasks, but also to stop. Build structure around transitions so you can exit when you need to. Here's the AI prompt: give me a for future me template for a current task that I can fill in within X minutes. It should capture where I left off, the exact next step when I return, and any open questions. Keep it to 3 to 4 fields max. Last one, number 8, impulse control. ADHD impulsivity isn't just about interrupting or acting recklessly, it's more often about cognitive impulsivity. Saying yes before considering your bandwidth, or starting a new project before finishing the last one. Between more intense emotions, the constant dopamine chase, and everything feeling urgent, it's easy to make snap decisions before considering consequences. Advice for those with ADHD: it's okay to take a pause, even for 5 extra seconds. Train your awareness that your capacity is limited and not everything has to happen right now. And the last AI prompt: evaluate whether I should act on this idea now. Describe it. My current top priority is X. Answer 3 questions. 1, does it align with or pull me away from X? 2, what would I have to pause or drop to pursue it? 3, is there a real cost to deciding in 2 weeks instead of today? And end with 1 recommendation: pursue now, park for later, or drop it. If you'd like to know which ADHD skill is holding you back the most, take the 2-minute quiz in the description below, and I'll send you a personalized breakdown along with all 8 AI prompts to get you on a clear path to improvement. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.